There we go. Hello. I am back to do this all again. Screens around. You.
What's on your mind?
Alright. I need some music stuff. How's everyone doing? Hope you do the feeding. Been logging in once in a while just to feed the critters as well in the afternoons, but if I remember to do it, it's very sporadic. So hopefully that speeds it up a little bit. Morning, Teresa. How are you doing? Looking for- You're okay. Are you working or day off today? Freaking is this goose? There's. golden crystal. No, no. That will go. Fill this up. The day off has not been a good day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What's wrong? Day off is supposed to be a good day where you just sit in bed and do nothing. Do you make the mistake of getting out of bed? Hey, Ramona. That's someone I haven't seen for a while. How are you doing? Yeah, you haven't. How you been? Playing Pokemon Pokepedia only. No, that's fair enough. Can't say it's... I don't have a Switch, so... I don't have the opportunity to play that, but I can see it's a game I'll probably get right deep into. What's new? Not much, just same old, same old. I don't think of anything's new. I'm stressing out a little bit more through work. Still waiting for a heart. My landlord is selling the house, so I'm gonna have to move. And I don't know if we'll find a place where I can stream anymore. So that might be a thing that's ending. That's about it. Took my dog to the vet to have to put to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Teresa. That sucks. I know how rough those are. I've done it many times. For age, no other reason. It's a rough one. It's a rough one. I'd say just settle down in bed, put on some comfort TV, and just zone out for a while. I find that's the best treatment for that kind of stuff. Doesn't fix it, but the only thing that fixes this kind of stuff is time. It's easier to pass the time with something you enjoy. Yep, join your dream stamp. There you go. Yeah, good distraction. Just suppress your feelings. That's how I deal with my trauma. When do you have to move by? That's the problem, we don't know. Because he also said, would we be keen to stay if he doesn't sell the house? And we're like, yeah. But we kind of need to know because I'm in a situation where I could get a call tomorrow that I've got a heart and then I'm away for like 2 months in the hospital. Me and my girlfriend. So it's not like we can just pop over and find a house and when we come back, I'm going to be immunosuppressed. I can't go to random places and hope I'm okay, so... I mean, right now it's a terrible time to sell your house. Like, but it all comes down to, like, what price to set it. If they set it for the price the house is valued out, they're not going to get it. The market right now is just insane. And even the places that are going for like 30% less the value than this place aren't selling. So... I think that's the most horrible bit of this whole situation is that we want to stay, but we can't risk not looking. Because if tomorrow they sell it, and we have to be out within a month, I don't know what we can do. Because we have nowhere to go. And that's not a situation the coordinators look fondly on, in terms of me being on the active transplant list. Because they need to guarantee that the heart they're going to give you, you're going to look after, and you're going to at least be in a safe environment while you get through the first year, because the first year is always the worst. It's always the most riskiest, and it's where most people sadly don't make it. This is the first year. I'm pretty stressed out about that situation, but I'm trying to ignore it. Alright, I've done that one. Let's go. Never. But I'm sure things will be fine. That's why I keep telling my girlfriend, it'll be fine. We'll be fine. Alright, where is Skunk? On the bright side, we ticked over 600 button mushrooms, so that's positive. Alright, now let's, I think that's all the buttons. Not button mushrooms, skunks. Alright. I'm pretty sure we wanted. Where's the bait? Anything new with you, Ramona? Anything interesting? Oh, there's the white bee. now it's saying all day. That's weird. Alright, I'm gonna. Grab some more. For my geese. Good puzzle piece. Oh. Yay. I think that's all we can. Yeah, we could do the sweet bee, golden goose at 7. Only one I do later is the brown skunk or the blue goose, but I always forget to do. Alright. Let's see. The geese are going well. So if we feed the golden goose, if I remember to do that, we've only got 4 more days to go with that, so I could probably get that back to get that 2 days by the end of the weekend. Sweet bee, what's 14 divided by 2? 7? 7 days for the sweet bees. And we still got 16 days for the skunks. Skunks I'm probably gonna have to put time into do. The dill and the buttons are slowly ticking off. Dead wish blossoms is obviously going to be the hardest one, but sometimes they just don't spawn. Like today, it doesn't look like any of them spawned. Kind of ridden around everywhere because any. Very inconsistent with their spawning. I don't. Now let's say that this very inconsistent when it comes to its spawning. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be one I'm just gonna have to go every day and then go on the horse, do a circuit. That's when I start grinding for it. So when it's the last one I need to do, I'll probably end up doing that. And then move on to probably the honey glow ones. Let's see. Ugh. Old morning. Oh no, I have to opt out of more AI crap. What? What you on about? What are you talking about? Hello, WRTC. What are you, Dubs? What are you talking about, Dubs? Go to settings, security, then opt out of the AI crap. I already have. What are you on about? You just go to random people's chats and then just say that, and expect other people not to be clued up. You don't really look highly on people, do you? That's really mean. I'll go to your house and tell you what you haven't done. Disrespectful. I guess I come off as an idiot that doesn't know shit. I'm sorry. I'm dumb. I don't know how games work. How does keyboard work? Oh, what happens when I push this key? Oh, whoops. Oh, I don't know how to play. I'm stupid. Oh, look at me push keys. Random keys. I'm stupid. I don't know anything. Thank God random people come into chat and help me out with that. Because I'm dumb. You hear that, yeah, Stubbs? Hi, Yasmin, too. How are you liking this new update? It broke everything. Wreck-It Ralph, ironically, broke a lot of things in the game. Dubs, he has been following you for 3 years. Yeah, I know, but they haven't been here for a while. And the fact that the only thing they've said for a very long time was baiting me into inquiring about the AI thing, which I already knew about. I disabled that the minute I saw it. Or heard about it. I heard about it rather than saw it. But I don't really appreciate them doing that because that's like a copy and paste thing, you know. Didn't even bother asking like, have you opted out of it? They just assumed I hadn't. So I don't really like that. Should really not jump to conclusions about people. What did they do? They came in and tried to bait me in asking, like, it goes, oh no, I have to opt out of more AI crap. And then gave me the instruction, go to setting, security, then opt out of the AI crap. That's a copy and paste thing. They're going to other people's chats and doing that. And the fact that they didn't even ask me, hey, do you know about the AI thing? They just assumed I didn't is a bit disrespectful. Didn't even say hi. just came in and did a copy and paste kind of thing, and it just annoys me. Because I only do this for 2 hours. You could at least just say hi, you know? I know, maybe I'm just grouchy today. They probably unfollowed me now, but I'm okay with that. Right, so it might. Kind of farming, buddy. Good farming, buddy. Woody's one. You can fast travel to characters now. That's something, Ramona. There you go.
Boy, am I glad to see you. Oh, well, hello there.
Hi, Lizzie. How are you doing? How's things in your world? Is it Izzy? Lizzie. Pretty sure it's Lizzie. Lizzle? I think it's just Lizzie. You are good. Well, that is good to hear that you are good. Anything new in your world? Anything exciting going on?
Howdy, partner.
Alright, there we go. Now we're going to do a farming session. Farming mode. Alright, first the pumpkins. It's always the pumpkins. Oh, no bonuses, which is a bit of a pity, but get the geese to hopefully make up some of it. There we go. Soil there. And that's a lot of pumpkins for one session, though. Good healthy amount. One. Basically, we do 4 crops a day. Hopefully can max out all the other crops that I need. So, have anyone found any secrets for Dreamlight Valley recently? But I think many secrets came out with the Wreck-It Ralph update. None that I know of. Been a little bit out of the loop on it. Oh, that's a lot. On them. Alright, the next one we want to do is this one over here. The goal is to hopefully be fully stocked up on food by the time the next update comes around. Those bonuses do up. Oh. And if anyone's got any fun videos to watch today, because it is Friday. So Friday we normally, well not normally, I'm always open to watching any Dreamlight Valley related videos people like. Right, those are done too. Final crop we do is these pods over here. But the problem with the pods is you actually have to, they're actually foraging ones. Let's switch the buddies over. Zero. Dark chocolate coffee beans sound amazing. Is that a real thing? I don't think that's a real thing. Right. Dark chocolate coffee bean. I really want it to be a real thing, but I feel like that's not. You can get dark chocolate coffee. It's just like mocha, but just using dark chocolate. But yeah, dark chocolate coffee beans sound amazing. I really hope it's a real life thing. But a part of me knows that that's not. I just wish it. One of those creators have hours and hours of streaming how to make a perfect dream snap. I found his videos awful to watch, but he gets a ton of views. That's the problem. I'm not very good at doing the YouTube streaming thing, so I don't get a lot of people watching me. But some people, if you're able to work the algorithm, get the right thumbnails, get the right shorts. Shorts are rather important to draw people in. Some people just get like thousands of people watching this stuff, and I just can't stand them. But somehow, some way, some people just really know how to do it, and I wish someone comes along my stream one day and like, I'm gonna just help you, just for the goodness of my heart, help it work. But I'm not that lucky. I've got enough problems in my life to worry about all that anyway. Oh, that's all done. Alright, so honeydew's one's done now. I have to remind myself to fit it or to move it. Ooh. That's nearly that's one more proposition on that one. Alright, now what we do is when this is full, typically take out as many as we can. Oh, if I knew how to work the algorithm, I probably would have a few more people watching. But I'm lazy. At 1.2 million. Boom. My goal is 10 million. Once we're at 10 million, I'm just going to be pocketing the pumpkins. Okay, so we want to move the honeydew ones. Don't need that anymore. What do we need to work on though? Got my handy dandy spreadsheet. Sheet. What do we need? Well, part snip I'm kind of working on. What's one we haven't? Early barley, that's done. Lollipop fruit, that should be done. Black pepper. Don't think I've got a black pepper crop already. The problem is I don't remember what I've put down. Bad for me because my brain sucks. So I'm going to plant a black pepper crop and hope I haven't done it already. Feels like I have. Sorry, I was walking my dog. That's alright. You're fine. You're allowed to walk your dog. You don't need to say sorry for that. Don't be ridiculous. I don't have puffle pods though. I'm gonna do puffle pods. Those proper puffle pods. Honeydew's up here. Like these puffle pods, eh? And what I should be doing is putting the crops in a little bubble above it. Oh no, I've done that one. Cool. Eventually I should do it, and that should help me with my fusion sometimes of where I put what. I'm just doing it as I come across it though. There we go. So I've just got black pepper, chia seeds, golden patty pan, hard snip, and puffle pods to do. Then that should be all my crops all topped up. But we'll find out when I should do stock take for the next update. You know, one thing just realized we could is the routine duties new ones have given. Well, it's nearly done anyway. Dress up with a punk cut. Take a picture of a rock stage concert. Okay, we'll do that now. There's a rock stage concert. There's about 3 more weeks to go in the routine duty, so we're looking at about a month away for the update. So, cut. punk. I just type in punk. That count? I think it's a hairstyle. Dress up with a punk cut. Okay. How do I do that? Oh, here? Where's here? Hairstyle, there we go. I'm guessing it means hairstyle, but is that it? I'm wearing a hat though. Let's dress up with a punk cut. Well, it's not a shirt. What is it? Does anyone know? A lot of people were excited with the mermaid underwater scene at their last meeting. Do you think Dreamlight Valley will give us one of those mechanics? Yeah, I don't know. That's they did show a mermaid, but I don't know whether they'll give the ability to kind of essentially. It's like flying. Like, you can't just randomly fly in the game. Essentially, they'll give us flying, but it's underwater, so technically it works. I don't know. I feel like all they're gonna do is give us like a mermaid tail, which I'm not gonna really like. And you just swim around on the ground, and it kind of does a swimming motion. Hi, Scrappy Doo. Dave, it's the one with the short spiky hair. All right, thank you, Scrappy Doo. He was not evil like you are in the first movie. Where is it? Where's the short spiky hair? Is it that one? I can't really see it because I'm wearing a hat. Maybe if I have to take off the hat. Is that the punk look? God, that's what I look like with the hair. I look ridiculous. There we go. Yeah, I did it. All right. There we go. I look better now. There we go. Thanks, Scrappy Doo. I appreciate it. All right, and embrace your royal duty. All right, we'll quickly tick those off. Hey. Um. You know what? I'm just gonna leave them. Let that tick off naturally. I can't be bothered grinding through it, and I typically grind through them naturally. All right. Well, we have enough time to do some of this stuff. We'll focus on the vegetables thing. Only like mainly. Resets. Looking. Cool. All right. So, see, there you go. Picking off them naturally. I don't think I need to sell anymore. I think I've done all the selling one. Harvest vegetables is a little bit low. It needs to be kind of on par with that. So, all right, do this. Do because I can't be. I'm not going to need the bonus, but I'm not too bothered by that. We want about 10,050 or 1,050. That's what we have to aim for here. be boring. That's the fastest way, but really the bonuses that you look for, because everything else can be by machine there. At the bonus like that. Once we get to 10,050, not 10,000, 1,050, we just start using the chains. There we go. Alright. Should mean no, giving it in line. Plan. Alright, here we go. Struggle though, for some reason. Keep track of. There we go. How many more do we need? 2,000 or 900. Need more seeds. Get to harvest before.
I suppose.
I'm surprised they don't have Goofy visiting the stall, or at least like another character, like a Winnie the Pooh character doing the stall instead. I think it's because they didn't want to use Goofy because it's Winnie the Pooh centric thing, but they still could have used like Piglet or just another character. Where am I? Basement area. Oh, that's ticked off. Here we go. Yeah, cool. We've got about 650 more to go. We'll probably have to do a couple more sessions of that. And once that's ticked off, that's when we get to some of the more grindy ones. So catch fish, that should be an easy one to tick off. Cell gems and the limestone one we can kind of group together. Cook with vegetables, that was probably one I want to do before selling the excess. Let's go. Yeah. I wonder who can afford to play Switch 2 games anymore as the costs are increasing against the team of multiplayer games released. But yeah, I mean, eventually you're gonna price people out of them, right? And that's the problem with single player games is that single player games you want to make cheap, or at least games that aren't hugely into multiplayer and rely on whales. You want to make relatively cheap. And I think the slowly pricing everybody out of the game, out of playing the games. So I'm a big believer of sticking with what works instead of diving into every new game. Parsnip. I really don't have a lot of parsnip for some reason. Feels like I should have a lot more parsnip to do. Oh. That should be all topped up. By the time I finish the stream of this duty. And then I can use the excess to actually do the vegetables one. I'm pretty sure I already started. Started over here, didn't I? Yeah, I did. There we go. Oh, that does a sweet one as well. I didn't know that. There we go. So I need to cook with fruit and fish. So once that's done, which It's cooking at the moment, so that should tick off that. And it should tick off that. So those two should be done once this is done. I could actually do that by the end of the stream. Tick those off. And then I'll have to work on the fruit and the fish one. But yeah, the honey glow ones were definitely a lot easier than Wish Blossom one. It's the critters that get it. It's the critters that get you. I already done everything in Storybook Vale, everything in Tuning Isle, so I really want to tick these two off before the next expansion, which I feel... Oh. Thank you for the follow, Crescent. Yeah, there you go. I'm changing the voice clip every time someone follows me to whatever the update is. So thank you. Thank you, Crescent. I appreciate the follow. Doesn't happen very often, so that's why it's more noticeable. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of grindfest, but a lot of these I can automate. I can automate the cooking. I can automate the harvesting, the mining, the minestone, or the soft limestone. That's going to be a little bit tricky. Truffles as well, but I can use machines for that. Those two are probably... Oh, and the swirls. The swirls. Those three, the top three at the moment, probably they're going to be the most grindy ones. Everything else I can kind of slowly tick through. Anyway, it is break time. So I go get my coffee. And as everyone knows, or everyone that's regular, I have a severe heart condition. So I live off a machine hooked into me right here. I'm really doing this for Crescent because Crescent's new. I don't know if you're still watching. So my heart runs off an LVAD. I'm on the heart transplant list, and I've been on there for 2.5 years. After they told me it was only a 6-month wait, so that's been a long time. But every stream at this time, I switch over to my portable batteries, so I can go get a coffee, and take medication for one. We'll switch. So you're going to watch me awkwardly do this. It's my LVAD shirt, which actually turns out, well, this guy in America, because LVADs are very common in America due to the opioid epidemic, apparently. He started a business making LVAD shirts. And apparently, all he did is took a shirt that is used for holding guns and converted them over to holding LVADs. So, thank God for the Second Amendment, eh? Which is in the thing here. You posted a dream snap on Discord. Perfect. All right, we'll go through that next Wednesday. And if you want your dream snap shown on stream, you join the Discord and you post it in our dream snap chat. I will show it off on Wednesday if you are interested. Up to you. At the moment, typically it's only Teresa and Jesse Cat, but the invite's open to everybody. So always awkward like the side. I think it's the left side. Left, right. That's right. Whatever. All right. Well, I'm gonna get a coffee. And what we'll do when we get back, we'll finish off the area that we've been working on, which is the Wish Blossom Ranch main center. We're going to put some seating down and top that off, and then we're going to roll the dice to decide which area we're going to work on today. And we'll go through that when we get back. So be back in 5 to 10 minutes. There we go. We're back. All right. You think you really did really well this week? All right. Well, I don't want to spoil it. Like, it is supposed to be a Wednesday thing, but we'll check whether you requested any shards. You really like wanting your shards recently, haven't you, Teresa? There you go. You can have your shards. All right. Let's go and finish off the. Yeah. I'll dump some things away. We'll check the shop as well.
Greetings, neighbor.
I like getting everything. I really like. You really like your tea. I just want to finish off my tea chest. Mickey's got something for me. Thank you, Mickey.
Oh, I'm glad to see you.
And one day I will. Then we'll be happy, and then I'll be requesting other things. All right. All right. So this is what we've got. So don't really want to do too much more because I'm kind of happy with it at the moment. I think it's just seeding this what I kind of want. Finish off. There's a little seeding area. What kind of seeding area do? Needs to be neutral. That's the rule. Hi, Spy. How are you doing? How cold is it up there for you? Think of a. My idea is to rule the NPC. Really flip the aesthetic. Does that bind? Brown. Let's go for brown. Brown speeding. Let's go for brown. Options. I like that though. Random tree in the middle. On scene. Today 10ish, but it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Bye. You should have been staying in bed then. One thing I like about my birthday, sleeping. I don't think that one works because it's snow. Snow is still. I do definitely want a little bit more seating around. I'm drawing a lot more of them. I think that will do for now. I could do with decoration, but if I ever get the motivation, I've got enough careers to look after. But they don't even get drawn in the way they are.
Hey, howdy, hey. Being here's almost as
Leave it
good
the way.
as
Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me. I saw an old lady. It's like, you nearly got us copyright strike. You know happy birthday's copyrighted. You don't want to say those kind of things. Alright, well, what we'll do is we'll work on a new area because we've still got quite a lot of time in the stream. So... Alright, so for those that don't know... picture of it. So every stream we roll this dice and decide which area we want to work on. And so the ones we got left is number 1 will be Beauty and the Beast, 2 is Snow White, 3 is Fantasia, 4 is Moana, 5 is Big Hero 6, 6 is Tangled, 8 is the Wish Blossom Ranch theme park, 9 is Cars. Wait, I'm missing one. I went from 6 to 7. That's where it's thrown me off. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Here we go. I'll start again. First is Beauty and the Beast, 2 is Snow White, 3 is Fantasia, 4 is Moana, 5 is Big Hero 6, 6 is Tangled, 7 is the Wish Blossom Ranch theme park, 8 is Cars, 9 is Coco, 10 is Bug's Life, 11 is Seeing Red, 12 is the Eternity Isle, I always pause on this, Eternity Isle Main Center, 13 is Mousetown, 14 is Mickey, 15 is Minnie, 16 is Oswald, 17 is Spoonerville, 18 is Goofy, 19 the Storybook, the Main Center, and 20 is the Storybook, the theme park. And see what we get. 17. That is Spoonerville. Now, obviously, some will take us longer than others. This one shouldn't take us too long to do. Now, for those that don't know, Spoonerville is essentially where Goofy lives. So it doesn't really have a lot to work with. Over to... I think it's Faraway Plains. Just going to rename. To rename it so I don't forget to do that. Alright. No, it's not here. It's... yeah. Goofy is pretty goofy. He is goofy. So we're not actually doing Goofy's area, which is here. We're doing everything outside of his area. So this is supposed to be Spoonerville, which there's not a lot of decoration we can do here. So what we're going to do is try and find if I can build maybe a building or two that kind of fits the aesthetic. I might actually push Goofy's out a little bit to give Spoonerville a little bit more room. So I might actually... no, I've got a lot more. Alright. What I may do is put Goofy like here. And then like that. Because that's going to be a pathway that way. Alright, I made a meal out of it. Alright. I really hope they do include more goofy stuff. Or some just Mickey and Friends stuff. I really wish they put more Mickey and Friends stuff in the game. Because Goofy, despite him being like one of the first characters you get, he doesn't actually have a lot of stuff. Pretty, we say in my country, skint in the stuff. I don't know if skint is actually a more international term, but anyone outside of New Zealand know what skint means? Duh. Don't say duh. How am I supposed to know what other cultures have? I'm not. You don't know a lot about New Zealand culture. Like, did you know we invented butter chicken? We did. I used to think that. I used to think New Zealand invented butter chicken. I think it's because someone told me that once and I believed it. Because I was back in there. I grew up in the age where the internet wasn't always accessible. Damn it day. I haven't done a damn it day for a while. There you go. It's down there.
God fucking damn it, Dave.
There you go. You happy? Alright. Well, to Spoonerville. So Spoonerville, you still want all the major things ticked off. I don't think Goofy has its own section. Oh, we'll go for the Ironcraft. We're out. And get a few campfires. Oh, we still got. It's one of my favorite items is M4. It's so simple and I like it. So do want all the stations for the area. Now we have to figure out what we want to do. So now we don't want it too packed. Oh, which houses have we not used that we could use? Not really any goofy like houses, are there? We do. I mean, this would fit Duckburg, like down here, a lot better because it's the Duckburg. We'll put this in Duckburg, eh? That in Duckburg. That fits Duckburg a lot better. Spoonville's harder. I don't really know. There's too many Spoonville kind of buildings. Chuck like something head down. Does fit the company aesthetically. It's another house that's going to build, not an actual resident house, but just one that we chuck down. Once we add all trees and stuff a bit. Alright, yeah. Oh. Ooh, that's a Zootopia thing, and I don't really like to take something away from Zootopia. They don't have enough, like, Toontown kind of places. I didn't know India was a country. Well, I didn't know India was a country when I was little. I never knew there was more than one country in the world. I believe New Zealand was the only one because we were never put on world maps. Even if we were, you had to zoom in near Australia. Everyone thought Tasmania Island was New Zealand. Yeah, that is very, very true. We normally do get left off, but I mean that's probably a good thing. You know, when everyone starts fighting each other, if they can't find us on a map, we're pretty safe. So there is some benefits there. A lot, but the aesthetic. I want to put a few houses here. But they're just generic houses. The actual residents like here. Maybe Spoonerville just isn't a very populated business district. Doesn't really have a lot of. It has a little district here, and I might make it a little bit bigger. Be like more of a town square. Then I'll put some seating in the middle. So if I ever need to do anything, but everything, not really feeling anything else that I can put in this area. Morning, Yasmin. That's my birthday wisdom for you. Yeah, it is indeed. Alright. I really can't. There's nothing else that really know that Toontown kind of vibe. Right. And stay with me. That should be in Mousetown. Yeah. Mousetown's downtown area. You're a little around. Oh no, I might make that the Mousetown downtown area. And up here is actually all the residences, just to give me more room to expand on. So I've got this area, I'm not really using it. I'm gonna make this the Mousetown downtown area, and Mousetown residents are up here. Alright, but what? Yeah. Got the Goofy statue. He's the only residence at the moment. But I mean, Pete would go here. If we got Pete, his character would go. Oh, we've got the stove. Use that stove instead. So, the idea is this: is your Sinister board pass still gone? I'm not even gonna go into that. Yes, it is still gone, and I don't want to talk about it. For those who don't know, for some reason, the Sinister path with its border won't show up for me, and it ruined a build when I was doing it. Yeah, you were talking about butter chicken, and I thought, hang on, that's India. Damn it, Dave. All right, damn it. There you go. You the damn it, Dave.
God fucking damn it, Dave.
There you go. There's your damn it, Dave. Everyone gets one a day. That's what I've decided. You get one damn it, Dave a day. Yasmin and Spy have used it. I put the. We need to like. I want a seating area here. That feels like that's with Donald facing. There's no Goofy stuff. Like I feel bad for Goofy. He just doesn't have anything. I'm gonna give him an outhouse. So like they have the only toilet, so it forces them to come here. Get a mailbox too. Doesn't have anything. Oh, look at the gazebo. Water tower will be in Mousetown. Look at that. Looks like it's a Mickey. Just because I got the downtown area here. This is the downtown area for the region. And all these houses. Might steal. Just don't know what. In town. That should be in Mousetown. That's. I know we got all those downtown buildings recently that chuck in here. Yeah, I'll take a tour. I want to just make Spoonerville the only location for toy shop. Alright, well, Spoonerville's got one shop. That's a toy shop. That actually looks pretty dodgy. Hmm. Goofy needs more stuff. Well, let's just hope they introduce more stuff and I can rework on this. Good enough. That's because I really don't have any inspiration for this area at the moment. Go for the low kind of. Alright. Nah, it's gonna be good enough for Spoonerville. But I do want to replace. I want to replace this building with a better one that fits it. But I don't think we can really do much until the game. For that complete. I just wish I had a little bit more inspiration for Spoonerville. But it is what it is sometimes. Hard doing every single area. Especially when you're not very creative like me. I'm just gonna make that green. Cool. Alright. It looks a little bit empty. I might go back in some of the areas and just top them up once they're all of them done. But I've got still quite a lot of areas to complete. So I've still got 20 plus 9 plus 19. So I've still got 39 areas to do. So it's... I don't want to dwell on it. But there's some setting that this is... I believe this is... Is it on this? You can. So at least that draws in some of the... Yeah. And Goofy doesn't have anything. I decided not to do this Dream Snap because Moonstone's broke, so no Hannah Montana or Lizzie McGuire. I've decided to switch to my male avatar and make a Backstreet Boy. Fair enough. Make sure you post your Dream Snap in the Discord and we can show them all off on Wednesday. Because that's the rule. That's what we're going to do from now on. Every Wednesday we're going to show off the Dream Snap. But you have to post in Discord. And also it'll give other people inspiration. And I think that'd be good. Because you guys are pretty talented, especially when compared to me. Alright, what we'll do, because we've still got some time. I'm going to do another Dill run. Dill and Button run. I'm not going to do the stage thing. I'm doing it indoors. Take a picture from BSB as Spo, and if anyone can figure out. Fair enough. I mean, obviously, I wasn't a huge fan of Hannah Montana or Lizzie McGuire. Lizzie McGuire I had a crush on, but I didn't watch the show. That's just Hilary Duff. Back in the day. Alright, we'll go this way. You can't do the stage platform indoors. Nor can you use the mannequins outside, which is frustrating. Yeah, I don't understand the mannequins outside, because the mannequins outside I had, when they first announced the mannequins, what I was going to do is, with every character, dress them up in that clothing. Like Goofy, you could have a Goofy mannequin, so if you ever want to look Goofy, you could just go over there and get the mannequin and then dress up as them. But because they never allowed you to put them outside, I never went down that route of making that idea. Because, like, imagine that every residence you could actually just pop in and dress like one of the characters. And that's what I kind of wanted to do. Because I don't know why they made it indoors only. It doesn't really make too much sense. And I'm sure there's a logistic thing for it, but it seems like a weird restriction. Because you can put Cinderella's mannequin thing outside. I think there it is. Speak of the devil. It's right there. You can put that mannequin there, but you can't put like our mannequin. I switched over. Well, at least I'm taking off the dill. I mean, I've made some good progress there. I think it does help that I'm kind of doing it now. But the only issue I have is I do 1990s BSB or 2020s Backstreet Boys. Well, it feels like 1990s is more fun. I'm running out of mist, but I can do a quick run next. Don't think you. Oh no, you do need. We need to put a machine down there for Asia. Let me just make sure I've noted that. My fancy sheet. Vacuum, yes. Sure, we put a vacuum down here when we build up the Fantasia area. Which is going to be one of those easy builds, but we're going to put the broom around. At least that's something to look. I might actually, at this rate, I'm going to have all the areas done. Thank you. Thank you, obviously happy. Not that obvious, but alright. Thank you. Appreciate the follow. Got 2 follows in 1 day. That's pretty good for me. Getting a follow, like even just during a week is pretty great. 2 in 1 day, that's pretty good. As long as you don't sell me anything. Don't sell me anything. I don't want it. Isn't that a thing that some of the spammers do? That they follow you and then that's how it starts. I usually watch you on YouTube. Oh, you gave me flowers once. Oh, how did I do that? How did I give you flowers once? Did you come over? It's cool that you watch me on YouTube. I do like lurkers. Like, I'm a big believer, because I lurk myself when I watch streams. The Candy Valley, oh, thank you. Well, you're welcome. If you ever need anything, just post in Discord, and I'm more than happy to open up the Valley. But that's why I make the markets the way I do, because I like people coming over and just grabbing stuff. That's the reason why I do all the grinding. Now, luckily the dill does spawn pretty quickly, so I'm going to see whether... Just did a button run. I'm going to see whether the dill has spawned enough for me to do another one. That's cool. Well, I'm glad that you're one of the ones that have been following. And I do like that. I think one thing I've got I oddly enjoy is just being part of people's routine, even though it's a very minor, very small part. I don't know, because I do this for my own routine. The fact that that helps other people with their routine is kind of cool. So I'm going to do this anyway. And that's what I did before I started actually streaming. I was playing the game in the morning anyway. And it was just a case of I just started streaming it just because it was starting to get a little bit boring from my ADHD brain. Just got the Pooh Bear DLC. Haven't started it yet. Ooh. Have you got the Wish Blossom stuff? Because I would actually recommend for those that are curious to do the Wish Blossom stuff before the Pooh stuff. Mainly so you could do the Tigger stuff at the end. Because there is a Tigger quest at the end that kind of combines it. Because just a little bit of spoiler, Tigger plays no part until the end. And it feels like that they kind of tie that all together. Which is rare, because a lot of the time with the DLC characters, once they're introduced in the game, that's it. They typically don't get a revisit, mainly because not everyone can access those characters. Because you have to buy the DLC for them. So that's why you don't see a lot of the DLC characters involved in the quests. Good. Oh yeah, you do have it. Perfect. Well, that's gonna be fun. Well, it's saying I've got an error on my YouTube count on my YouTube. Is YouTube still streaming? Yeah, it is. Weird. All right, just bug it up. Instead of playing video games, I've been learning Russian. Interesting. Why Russian? I always get curious when people learn certain languages and the reasoning behind it. I would love to learn another language just to eavesdrop on people. They won't realize I know that. So I can't learn a European language. Like, I would love to learn Mandarin or something, and then I'll be able to eavesdrop on people. I think it's a beautiful language. It feels harsh to me. I don't know whether it's just my New Zealand ear, but it feels like very abrasive. That and German. I think German's got that stereotype though, but I think Russian feels that to me. But I have noticed that languages do, and accents, do hit differently depending on where you're from. Like a lot of people, some people say they like the New Zealand accent and they think it's really great, and it's Australian as well. But if you ask any Australian New Zealander, we think we've got like the worst accent in history. I don't think my girlfriend likes the accent much. She makes fun of my accent quite a lot. You have a southern accent, so you got a southern drawl. What do they call it? A drawl? Is it drawl? Drawl. Southern drawl. So you're from the south, so what? You're to Texas. I don't know any others. Mississippi. My brother-in-law was from Mississippi. Technically, my nieces were born in Mississippi. Alright, so the dill seems to spawn pretty regularly, so I could just keep doing this. Texas, yeah, there you go. Funny enough, I just heard a song. Like I've got music in my ear because it gets copyrighted. Called Ohio, Come Back to Texas from Bowling for Soup. And it's a song about trying to convince someone to come back to Texas. But isn't it the whole thing that everyone's moving to Texas, or were moving to Texas because it was a lot more open with its rules and regulations, but now it's becoming too progressive. Now people don't want to go to Texas or something like that. I don't know. That's what, because Joe Rogan moved there, didn't he? And a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm risking going political here, so I'll stay away from all that. But that's what I heard, anyway. I used to live in North Carolina, and then I moved down to Florida. I don't know if I've said that much on stream, but I used to live in America. I lived there for 2 years. Before the September 11th stuff. 1999, 2000 is when I lived there. I got bullied a lot when I was in Florida. And I put my head in the toilet and flushed it, and as they call it, a swirly. They made fun of me because I was the foreign kid, and I didn't understand it. I didn't really do myself any favors because when I first started there, and for some reason it didn't come up when I was in North Carolina, is when I was in Florida, I heard the N word. So I'm going to respectfully say the N word because of the connotations that come with it. And I didn't know what that meant. So I asked what that meant. And I didn't say N word. I said the actual word. And they thought I was taking the piss. And they bit the shit out of me. And as a New Zealander, as a, 9-year-old New Zealander, coming to America and just hearing that word for the first time and not actually legitimately knowing what it meant. It didn't go down very well. And I'm well, clearly I'm white as well. That doesn't really help. But they thought I was taking the piss, and they bit the shit out of me. And that memory stays in your head for a very long time. But it wasn't a great experience. I lived in Tampa Bay, Florida, specifically. I went to NASA though. That was cool. The problem is I did it so young. You don't really, you know how you do things when you're young, you don't really appreciate them, and you would appreciate them now that you're older. I've got that problem with NASA. I went there too young, and like in hindsight, I wish could go and at my current age. But North Carolina was good. I lived in Charlotte, and we went to a Charlotte Hornets game. I believe it was the female WBA, NBA, before it was as big as it is. I don't know if Charlotte Hornets are still there, but yeah, that was good. I liked North Carolina. That was pretty good. Well, from what I remember, I probably suppressed a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, it was like 2 years after I had gotten meningitis in England, so my body was still a bit messed up, and my brain was a little bit messed up too. I had to relearn a lot of things. I do remember getting in trouble for two particular things. I can't remember if it was in North Carolina or whether it was in Florida, but I remember vividly I got in trouble. I got in trouble first time for not doing the Pledge of Allegiance. To be fair, I didn't know it, but I got trouble for it, and I didn't stand up for it. Oh no, I stood up for it, but I was being stubborn, and I put my hands behind my back, standing at ease. And the teacher asked me, "Why are you doing that? Why didn't you do the Pledge of Allegiance? Why didn't you put your hand on your heart and all this stuff?" And I said, "Well, I'm not American. Why would I do the Pledge of Allegiance if I'm not American?" And I got in trouble for that. I got detention for that. My mum had my back, but she told me just to do it because, as I found out later in life, she's not very confrontational. So I ended up just doing it, and that's why I know the Pledge of Allegiance top of my head now. It's I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, with liberty and justice for all. I think I skipped a little bit of that, but yeah, that's what I remember. And the second time I got in trouble, what was it for? I was spelling words differently, and I got into I did it so often because I spelled it the New Zealand way, the European, whatever. Spelt things with a U too much, like mum and colour. And I did it so much they failed me and put me in summer school. And they made me write the same word over and over and over again on a piece of paper. So to this day, I still spell colour incorrectly sometimes, and I have to, well, incorrectly for me, not for Americans. I spell it wrong in emails and stuff. In certain words, I spell with a U. Not mum. I still spell mum with a U. But yeah, I ended up in summer school there. I think that was in North Carolina. Was that Lithia Springs Elementary? Can't remember where Lithia Springs is. It's a little bit blur. My dad was a project manager for IBM. That's the reason why we traveled a lot. He was a bit of a high-end manager, and he ended up getting. I don't realize how lucky I actually was as a kid to travel as much as I did, but you don't really know that until after the fact. It's very frustrating because I would love to just be aware. We went to the Grand Canyon, and I barely remember it. As a kid, you're like, oh, whatever. It's a big hole in the ground. As a 9-year-old, you don't really click. I remember the time though when my brother fell asleep underneath a tree, and we couldn't find him, so we ended up having to do one of those yellow alert things, and everyone panicked. It was crazy. We had police around, everyone was looking everywhere, and it just turns out he fell asleep underneath a tree. And that was a crazy experience. Because everyone thought he was kidnapped and were freaking out. My mum was in tears and everything. But I'll be having my birthday banana. I hate banana. Evil. For my lunch, I hope I'm having cake tomorrow when my brother and sister-in-law come over. Sadly, they're working tonight and today. My dad's going out for his physical therapy appointment, so I'm like, okay, I have the house to myself. That's the best. Having a house to yourself is the best. I have to admit, it was the best thing I did when I moved out, is getting a house to myself. Like, I flattered for ages, and then I finally got an opportunity to live by myself. And it was amazing. It's amazing living with yourself. But then you realize how quiet it is when there's nothing else going on. I know I lived by myself for only 6 months until I found my girlfriend, and now we've been together for 7 years. So, the only time I've ever lived by myself is for a brief period. Very, very short window. Yeah, I'm also doing a co-op thing with your Animal Crossing New Horizons friends on Facebook before I leave on my lunch hangout in real life. So I have my morning pretty much sorted. Afternoon, however, is making it home in one piece before dinner with Dad and having burgers. You sound like you've got a really good day lined up. I hope you enjoy it, Spy, for what it's worth from me. I hope it's really, really good. Oh, shit, it's 8 o'clock. How... Yasmin, you're supposed to remind me when it's time to log off. How dare you? Alright, well, we'll finish off in Ralph's area for the day. Yeah, I distracted you. Yeah, gotcha. It's Friday. I'm sure they'll forgive me for being a couple minutes late. Cool. We'll finish off in this area. So thanks everyone for popping on another fantastic week. Sorry about my Tuesday and Thursday streams. Health-wise, I suffered a little bit, and I'm sorry. No dinkum this week, but I got some streams in, so I'm hoping to keep my schedule next week, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you, obviously, Hippie and Crescent001 for the follows today. I really appreciate that. Don't get a lot of them. And it's cool that, obviously, you've been watching on YouTube as well. That's really cool. So shout out to everyone that is watching the VOD or watching on Facebook. Oh, sorry, YouTube. No. Yeah, YouTube. And thanks to anyone else that is lurking out there as well. I really do enjoy the fact that there's some lurkers out there, and it really brings me some joy. So also join the Discord, post what you find about Dreamlight Valley so we can have a discussion. Also post your dream snaps if you want to be featured on Wednesday's little streaming session. And we'll go for the list now. Thanks, Spy. Thanks, Yasmin. Thanks, obviously, once again. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, Scrappy Doo. Hopefully you still are out there. And thanks anyone else out there that has watched, will watch, or could watch. I really do appreciate you all, and I really do mean that. It really does help me keep me going. But yeah, I guess we'll do this all again. But if I do get the call about my transplant, I will be posting in the Discord as well. So I'm going to give you a heads up. And I'm not supposed to do that because you're supposed to keep it. You're supposed to stay off social media when that happens. But I'm going to post in Discord just to let you guys know if that happens. And yeah, wish me luck. Yeah, I really hope it happens now in a few days, but it never will. I'm going to be like 50 by the time it happens. Anyway, we'll leave it there.